History Chapter 1, Class 10th, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. So, when we talk about nationalism, the term nationalism comes from nation. What is a nation? A nation is the culmination of a long past of endeavors, sacrifice, and devotion. A heroic past, great men, glory, that is the social capital upon which one bases a national idea. To have common glories in the past, to have a common will in the present, to have performed great deeds together, to wish to perform still more. These are the essential conditions of being a people. A nation is therefore a large scale solidarity. This was one idea given by Ernest Renan. Observe this figure 1 and see what is there. This was a picture made by a famous artist Frederick Sorio in 1848. This is famous as the dream of worldwide democratic and social republics, the pact between nations. In 1848, Frederick Sorio, who was a French artist, he prepared a series of 4 prints. In these prints, he visualized his dream of a world made up of democratic and social republics. In this picture, you can recognize so many nations which were that time nations or which were that time under some monarchies. The first print of the series shows the peoples of Europe and America. They are offering homage to the Statue of Liberty as they pass by it. If you remember, artists of the time of the French Revolution personified liberty as a female figure. You can also recognize the torch of enlightenment she bears in one hand and the charter of the rights of man in the other. On the earth in the foreground of the image lie the shattered remains of the symbols of absolutist institutions. I repeat again, symbols of absolutist institutions. What is absolute or absolutist? Absolutist. It means literally a government or system of rule that has no restrictions, restraints on the power exercised. In history, generally the term refers to a form of monarchical government that was centralized, militarized, and repressive. In simple terms, kingship was generally considered as absolutist. Here in the picture you can see remains of absolutist institutions. Further, Suryu was having one utopian vision. What is utopian? It means a vision of a society that is so ideal. Generally, this kind of society is unlikely to actually exist. Frederick Soryu was also having utopian vision. That means the peoples of the world are grouped as distinct nations, identified through flags and national costumes. The procession was led by United States and Switzerland. They were already nation states that time. France just reached the statue, and France was followed by the peoples of Germany and then Austria, Kingdom of the Two Sicilies, Lombardy, Poland, England, Ireland, Hungary, Russia, etc. In this chapter, we shall discuss what is nationalism. During the 19th century, nationalism emerged as a force which brought about sweeping, or you can say drastic changes in the political and mental world of Europe. And there was emergence of nation states. Before going further, let's understand what is nationalism. In simple terms, nationalism means feeling for one's own country. It means extreme pride or devotion that a person, a people feel for their country or culture. This sense of nationalism in Europe started with the unification of Germany and Italy, the French Revolution, and the idea of the nation. The first clear expression of nationalism came with the French Revolution in 1789. The kingship, or you can say in other terms, monarchy, was replaced by the political and constitutional changes. The revolution proclaimed that it was the people who would henceforth constitute the nation and shape its destiny. The French Revolution gave the idea of the fatherland, the citizenship, a new French flag, the tricolour, was chosen to replace the earlier former royal standard. A state general was elected by the body of active citizens and it was renamed the National Assembly. The most important, a centralized administrative system was put in place. French, as it was spoken and written in Paris, became the common language of the nation. Napoleon, who later took control of France and he made return to monarchy, but he destroyed old system, old administrative system in France, and he introduced civil code in 1804, and this is famous as Napoleonic Code. This code did away with all privileges based on birth, established equality before the law, and secured the right to property. As a result, all the members or people who were part of third estate, like businessmen, farmers, they enjoyed a newfound freedom. When Napoleon conquered other parts of Europe, he introduced this common administrative system in other parts also. Earlier, people welcomed him, but later, when they felt that same monarchy system was there, slowly and slowly they started to become against the Napoleon, and finally in 1815 In Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon was defeated and again system was changed in Europe. Thanks for watching this video part 1. We shall continue this in next videos.